happened. But it looks like I have some new stuff going on here. Alright, over there in the corner on that table, you see that white box looking thing? That's the concentrator I bought from Temu. And down here on the floor is the one we've rented for $200. It costs $800 to buy. I will be purchasing it on payday, which is Friday. Well, in a month from now. You know, not going to waste the $200. But with it, I can actually walk around from one end of the house to the other. And, ooh, I'm lightheaded still. See what happens? An old windbag starts talking and, wow, dizzy. So, I guess he didn't want to have to bury me. So he took off work and just a little bit. I can't tell where the, oh yeah, the camera's right there. Okay, anyway. He took off work to go get the concentrator. And boy, is it working. I'll show you what the difference is. I don't know if you guys were able to see the oximeter the last time around. I'm kind of backwards for myself. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this on. Hi, Suda. Are you there, or are you in the chat earlier? Oh, that's another piece of little good news. Anyway, let me see, get this flipped over. And where am I at? Right there. I'm at 96 while talking and moving. And it is 73 on my heart rate. So I'm not afraid to do much of anything right now anymore. The only thing I'm afraid of, I'm sorry about the overhead light, I can't do anything much about it, or the backlighting from the window. Let's see, turn it like this, I guess. Okay, anywho. Oh, my arm. So anyway, they want me to take this mix of medicine to inhale through the nebulizer. Now I remember the word. And I won't do it because there are so many red flags of taking that stuff. Because one of the big ones, the biggest one, is death. Hey, sweetheart, I miss you. I miss you tons. Oh, yeah, back to the other good news. So, I was told I am not a candidate for getting my eyes, the cataracts, removed. Because my inner eyes are breaking apart. And so I did get a reprieve. My left eye, the one that's not been working, this last one, it's because there's been a gazillion floaters going in through there from break apart areas. And so it's clearing up a little bit for me. So the break apart's kind of tapering off a little bit. So I will put some crafts out. I just can't see all that great. I mean, I'll be doing, still lightheaded, sorry. Concentration is crap right now. But, take a breath, Mars. Take a breath. Anyway, so the thing is, I can still do some resin, but of course, Brian's going to have to be the one to pour it. Or, you know, measure it out. I can still do the stirring. I can still do the mica powders, this and all that. But he has to do the measurements. Excuse me. As for casting powders, I can still do that. because it's by weight. And excuse me again, um, too much oxygen maybe. Who knows? Um, anyway, I can see my scale number because it's really large. And all I have to do is lean down into it to see it. So I can still do casting powders. The candles is going to have to wait until they make another decision about my eyes. Hi, girl. How you doing, Shadow? But yeah, things are looking bad because I'll never be off of oxygen. If I do, I will go. I will take care of myself, dear Suda. Well, thank you, Lilith. No teeth either. Lilith Storm. You're awesome. But as I said before, you know, I'm a crafter and I'll die a crafter. But the other good news is I have been a non-smoker since Saturday morning, you know, long before I ended up in the hospital. But I'm out of the hospital as of yesterday. Got all this good stuff going on where my oxygen concentrator that I purchased at Temu wasn't working well. Now, I also have a travel oxygen tank. It got refilled. So now I'm not going to say I'm doing good at the quit smoking thing because I really, really want one really bad. And I've got a patch on this arm over here somewhere. She put it somewhere. Right. Ooh, it's even starting to come off. And so, yeah, I don't know how much of the last things that you were able to hear or about. So, yeah, the one other bad thing is all the medication crap going on with the wrong medicines given and consequences of that all gathering up for another consequence, which is congestive heart failure. So I'm trying to lose the water weight to reduce that threat as much as possible. So my whole dietary regime has changed again. I'm only down to meat, very, you know, slim, lean meats, vegetables. I stopped drinking Pepsi. It's my only caffeine in the world. But I'm down to just water and decaf. For McDonald's even. This stuff's bleh. One other thing that's positive, I think, is they've got a advocate for at the hospital. They're going to try to help me finagle disability so that I can have insurance to pay for all this. Although, if that doesn't work, I'm going to have to cave in and spend $1,700 a month in order to have the Affordable Care Act insurance. And they just don't, you know, pay for anything until you've paid out $17,000 first. So I don't know how much I've climbed up this time. I got to go fill out the financial help paperwork at the hospital again because that went up February 20th. And so, I don't know. Sometimes I feel a little tired, you know, from all the crud. Well, yeah, it's a little too much. You know, my husband doesn't make that much per paycheck, so, and he gets paid twice a month. Well, every 2 weeks, and yeah, $1,700 a month. That is $800 to $850 a paycheck, And yet we still have to purchase foods. Oh, he brought me a box to send back another defective item, and I gotta get Yep, hold on, my heart's doing its thing because I'm excited. I'm talking on video. It's been 120 days. Hi, Nicholas. Sorry, just trying to read, and so I have to get kind of close to try to get reading it. I wish they had the choice to blow up the text where, I can see it like I do on my phone. My phone is, for the text is blown all the way up so I can see everything. What? Well, I still can't see it. No, he's being a funny guy again. Oh, and the doctor that was at the hospital, he has absolutely not one bit of a funny bone. You try to joke with that man, and it's like it stabs him or something. It's like, oh, that's hurting me. No, don't joke. But at least I have a good primary care doctor. Now, I get to see her tomorrow, and we're going to work out medication-wise because, like I said, I'm not taking that crap that makes things worse. Well, yeah, we have to joke because if you don't joke, what else is there? Depression. And if you're going to live through that kind of depression, you're not worthwhile to anybody, even yourself. Especially not yourself. If you don't take things lighthearted. Oh, you should have seen their reaction when I said, well, everybody dies. And they're like, how can you take that attitude? Because everybody does. You all go in the end. So you can't be afraid of it. You might have a couple of regrets. You didn't get a couple of things done. But, we're here for just a blink of an eye in the universal language. And, well, a blink of an eye is better than nothing, right? Right, not everyone is afraid of the afterlife. I'm not afraid of it. It's either going to be there or it's not. But I don't think people are going to be punished for just being people, We were made fallible. We're just human flesh and blood. So if there is a God out there, which I'm open to all things. So, if there's a God, I don't care who's God. If there's a God, they wouldn't put people on the planet without some real purpose. So, I have a real purpose. It's to live my life as well as I can and be as kind to people as I can. And my children, I've had 4 of them, so, I'm spreading the wealth of the human race. My oldest son, he's got, oh my gosh, hold on, I'm counting. 6 children of his own. You got it. Some people are cannon fodder. That is their only purpose. Some people set out to be horrible people. They really do. And yes, those are the people that are a waste of skin and air. So, but I try to not look at the horrid people all the time because I might go to jail slapping somebody senseless. I just might. I get that close at times. And yeah, I just might. So, I've got stickers now that kind of are like that coming. You ought to see it, me trying to hunt and peck with my eye up on everything like this, trying to read it. Hi, Rayanne. Welcome. Sorry if I get close, it's because I'm really trying to read. I'm terrible with eyes, so it's gotten so bad that in all actuality, if I take these off, I can read just as well. So I just wear these because it's been a habit since I was 8 years old, is glasses. They're shiny too. Aw, thanks, Shadow. Nobody has to really smash the like button. By the way, I was in the ER while clocks changed. That was fun. I'm like, but 4 hours before the doctor herself came to see me. Well, all the lab peoples and stuff, you know, in and out, all over, trying to answer my questions. But when the doctor showed up finally, 4 hours and then I was in the ER a total of 7 hours before I was put in a room. And then I couldn't sleep. I haven't really been asleep since probably Saturday afternoon. And my head is, you know, how when you're sleep deprived, how you get that pressure and slight headache in the top of your head that says, go to sleep. But last night was horrible trying to get to sleep because of the faulty air concentrator. And I think I might be able to actually get some sleep now since I have an oxygen concentrator that's working. And I don't have to be so afraid of, you know, pinching the tubing and all that stuff. And it's not that I'm afraid to die. It's just that, you know, I don't want to die alone. So I'd rather prefer the husband, whether he's a real husband to me or not, you know, someone to be around when I die so that I don't have to go alone. But, you know, it'll probably happen that way because when he goes to sleep, he's out, period. I mean, an atomic bomb really could go off and he wouldn't notice it. And then he's at work for anywhere from 9 to 12 hours in a day. So, you know, if I go, it's most likely going to be when he's not going to be able to be there. Oh my gosh, my rear end, my tailbone hurts so bad. It's been hurting for 3 or 4 months because I haven't been that active because I can't breathe much. And now that I can actually go to the bathroom on my own. Oh God, that is so embarrassing. When you can't even go to the bathroom by yourself, you have to have somebody walk you so that you don't fall. And I'm telling you, I think I'd rather take the fall than have somebody sitting close by, you know, while your body makes all those bodily noises. I did get a nice shower because they had this shower chair where you get to sit while you shower. And so I wasn't afraid of banging my head against the bathroom wall. Like here, my shower stall is like, I would say 2 foot by 2 foot on the inside. So when you go to wash your feet, you're like right there in the wall. Boom. I've had that happen a few hundred times. Or you're going to bend over and your bottom hits the shower door and pop, it comes open and it's like, oh, okay. We'll just show the world. And unfortunately, my bedroom window, this bedroom window, the art room window, back there, if it's got the curtain open, and you got lights on in the room, they can see us, my neighbors. Not nice. But that's why you never ever see me have the curtain open. Especially now that I'm old and I wouldn't say totally infirm yet. But now that I'm old, you know, I'm not exactly model material. Oh, not unless I want to be modeling. Oh, you know, that's what I miss. Muumuus. I used to wear muumuus all the time. Well, that and blue jeans and t-shirts and all that. And now the only thing available for me to wear is polyester clothing. And I hate polyester clothing. But nobody makes cotton stuff anymore. Or even wool. I hate wool because it's itchy, but, you know, which reminds me. Real life situation, folks. Oh boy. I have dry skin, so it likes to flake off on my back a lot. And it makes me itch. Oh, also, I've had 2 moles removed. One from, okay, it's here close to my collarbone. I can't see it or feel it anymore because, of course, it was removed. But had one on my back removed because both of them gave problems with grabbing onto my clothing or my hair and getting wrapped up in it. I love to paint. Thank you for coming and watching. I appreciate it much. I'm just doing a catch-up video because I've been off for, I think it's like 120 days or something. Aw, thank you, Suda. You're an amazing person too, woman. But yeah, you're amazing too. I mean, you know, we're both struggling through life, and yours is a little bit different of a struggle because you've got your family, and you know you've got to do all that work there too. I'm lucky. Got old enough. All my families are, you know, my children are grown. I did have the oldest and the youngest come visit finally. And that was enjoyable. It was weird because they don't call or visit because, you know, they do live away from here. The other side of the mountain, about 3 hours away or so. And they got their own health issues. Lauren, hi, sweetheart. I haven't seen you for a long time in my chats. But life is life. We are lifing. Oh my gosh, is that a white streak? It's a white streak. Look at that. I'm going Cruella de Vil. Oh, I've been off of here nearly 4 months. What with everything going on with my eyeballs. But I'm getting a small reprieve right now from all of it. So I can see some. And I'm going to get a couple crafts done. And yes, my video phone is kind of been charging now. And I'm getting ready to put up a video. But first I've got to situate everything right there. Everything. Because I have been gone and unable to do that. And as you can see, it's an absolute mess. I have brand new molds that I haven't. I am not going to be doing Temu or shopping hauls anymore because I've had so much come in. I am unable to see enough to say this is this mold or that is that mold, or even go grab pictures to put up to show people what they are. Did I steal my work table? Or your work table? Okay, brain twisted process. Do you want that? Do you want, it's a whole desk. Let's see if I can get this up high enough to show you. Ooh. There we go. That desk back there belongs to that one there as well. Oh, the pile? Oh, well. Well, as you saw in the other one, there's not a work surface here that's available right now. I've got that table and closet filled. And we just got through removing things out of this art room to put into the bedroom I'll never be able to use again. But, oh yeah. Having craft space is a precious thing. Don't worry, my dear. I read, smartphones and text because you have to. Or you feel like a blithering idiot when they replace words. Or when you accidentally hit a different letter. Yep. And I've got totes and stuff out in the family room full of molds and other crafting things. And so while I can see some, guess what? I am going to be getting rid of a lot of my crafting stuff. But I have to focus on space for me because for the most part, I'm never leaving this room here. Not until I get a concentrator that I can use to walk around the house with, a portable. This one here has got a very short cord, and I have to be able to make it from point A to the front room. This I'm going to call it, the art room is A. So I have to make it from here about 25 feet down the hall into the living room to my other desk, and another 25 feet to the kitchen, and yeah, I need a portable one that really works. Okay, dear. Yeah, packed by holiday. Oh, don't worry, my dear. I am focusing on my health. And the thing is the happiness I have when I'm crafting, that is part of my health too. Although I am not pressing myself anymore like I used to. Like getting the October weens done and the 25 days of Christmas and all that. And yes, dear Suda, my lists have been, most of it is hidden. It's still all on there. It's just unlisted. And the playlist been hidden because I had at one point decided, well, sharing so much of my life, it probably wasn't very good. I didn't get a lot of subscribers. I mean, I've been at this for nearly 3 years in April, and I still haven't hit 1,000. But at this point, I don't care anymore because, at some point I'm either not going to see or just not going to see because I'm not here anymore. But oh, and I hope y'all don't mind. I have a problem with stress legs. My right one, when it starts shaking, that's because I've done too much physical stress. My left one is when I feel, how do you want to say it? Is when it's my emotional leg. So when I feel like I'm inadequate, that's the word I was going for. When I feel like I'm inadequate, it'll start shaking, and that's why I'm doing that right now. Or unsure of myself. Thank you, dear. That's something else too. My husband, not being an actual husband, you'd still think that he would have some sort of caring after 29 years of being together. And that's why my leg is shaking. Because I would really love a hug. Hi, AR, okay. Eyes are bad. If you could speak it to me, I would love it. But, hi anyway. Oh, and thank you for joining. But yeah, emotional stress leg. And yes, after 29 years, You'd think he'd at least care enough to come over and, kind of give me a reassuring hug or something. Especially knowing I'm this close to going. And he hasn't once. No, I'm sorry. No words of condolences or, you know, um, I'll miss you when you're gone, that kind of thing. No hugs, no, you know, caring touch, no hold the hand, nothing like that. When I went to the hospital Saturday night, I was on the verge of dead. Just that close. I mean, that very close. I could not make it from my bathroom when I started crashing to the doorway of this room. And I had to sit and try to get enough air to get his attention that I needed to go to the hospital. So I had to bang on the wall and finally got his attention that way. Then he came in, and instead of knowing instinctively that I was needing to go to the hospital, he's trying to make me talk. And oh boy, it was frustrating. I wanted to scream at him, but I didn't have enough air to do that. And all I could finally do is manage to say, hospital, now. And so he still wasn't quite catching it, I guess, in his head. But finally he watched me just about fall to the floor and then grabbed my hands to keep me from doing that. Because I do weigh a bit, and he's always working with weight at his job, but, a human. Hi, my dear, welcome back. But, being a human, your weight is different than, like, say, a thing of sheetrock or something. So he grabbed a hold of my hands and held me up enough, and the only way I could walk was holding onto his hands like this and being hunched over, trying to preserve what I could of movement. And we had to stop, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 times before we got to the front room door. And trying to get out to the pickup, trying to walk those 40, well, not even 40 steps, 30 maybe, just those few steps to the pickup. When we finally got to the pickup, all I could do was I laid on the seat, and I'm like, you're going to have to shut me in, I can't breathe. And then I don't know if he was trying to decide which way to go to the hospital, but I was in the truck, and I'm just, and trying to get him to understand that when we got there, I needed to have a wheelchair and somebody come out and explain to them I wasn't breathing well. So he comes out with the chair. Nobody else came with him. There was an oxygen tank on the chair, but, there was no way to, there wasn't a cannula or anything like that to be able to use. And I was so mad at him. I was so fuming at him. It was, if I could have gotten there, I'm sure, the south of Texas would hear me. But I don't know. And then, of course, the 7-hour ordeal in the ER. But, yeah, that was a harrowing experience, I will say that. And I can only explain it as I was suffocating. There was no air. And, well, right now I have air, so I'm good. I'm able to breathe. And I have some trays and stuff I have to make for my granddaughters because they did request them, and I want to make sure that it's something I leave them so that they, their birthday was, okay, this happened on Saturday the 8th. Their birthday, the twins' birthday, was the 6th. And I was doing okay then. I was doing okay on the 7th. And then, no, it was the night of the 7th. So yeah, just the day after their birthday. And then I was in a hospital the 8th and the 9th. And out on the 9th. And then today. So I had just barely made my twins, my twin granddaughter's birthday. That would have been horrible to, go on their birthday. I would not want that for them. The day after would have been okay, but not on it. Oh, anyways, let's see how my oxygen level is now that I've spent 36 minutes boring everybody. This has been my test to see how this concentrator works. How well. Heart rate is at 88 and oxygen is 95. So I'm doing perfect right now. I am more lightheaded now because I actually have oxygen. I'm getting to the point where I might be hyperventilating a little bit, so too much oxygen. Too much oxygen. But I have enough air. I will, my dear, you know that. I'll always take care of myself as much as I can. I wonder how you get to keep the live chat. Yes. That's okay. It didn't have all messages. Oh. Welcome to live chat. Anyways, my dears, I love you all. And it's been so much more fun doing a live than... And I'm sorry about not being able to schedule it because for some reason I tried to schedule it earlier. And I guess because I haven't done a live in a couple of years, it didn't want me to do it. But it finally kicked in and let me go ahead and do. So I was happy. So yes, please watch. I'm probably going to drop the holiday channel because it's just too much work to do on both channels. So I'm going to go back and do everything on this channel. And I'm probably going to move the holiday videos over to this channel too. That way they're all in one area if you guys ever want to watch or rewatch something. It's all in one spot. Thank you, Suda. It's been great talking to you guys. Well, I hope you are looking forward to it too. I want to see a whole video from you, young lady. Blah. I've been sitting here bored off my rear end because I can barely find anything to watch because, well, I listen. I watch what I can on the big TV. And we're talking big TV in the front room. This one here that's up on my wall here. Get around to it. I know it's there. And there it is. That's a 32-inch TV. The one on my living room wall is 65 inches. Big. Mac, hi dear, how are you? Oh, I'm doing as well as I can be, dear. Oh, and Shadow, you gotta let me know what all your channels are, or your social medias that you cast on are, because, I know your YouTube ones, but I know you're always talking to somebody else, so I figured Discord. So you gotta let me know how to go to Discord for you. I don't know if you got anything else, but... Oh, and yes, Shadow, you've got another box of molds and stuff coming to you. So be looking for that in about, 2 weeks, because the last of the stuff I ordered is coming in. You don't have the editors? You're using Android, right? You can use the editor that I use, which is, oh my gosh. Okay, don't do a crafting video in almost 4 months, and your brain goes numb. You cut. Oh, go to YouCut. Do YouCut. I know it's on Android, but I was hearing that they were supposed to also do for a PC. So I don't know if they've gotten that ability yet or not. But what I do is I film it on my phone. Of course, I've got this phone. I've got this phone, and I've got another phone. So I hope for PC too, because I would like a good PC editor, and there isn't really one. You know, Microsoft ditched everybody when they decided to act like Google and Androids, well, Google's Android, and, you know, mimic the app situation and everything. They screwed over a lot of people that had editors and things like that for their videos. And I'm sorry, I keep moving that because, well, I got glare on my eyeballs. Here, let's just take those things off. Ooh, look at those dark circles under there. Wow. If I had a day spa in this town, you think I wouldn't be going there real fast? Sorry, my eye. This eye here, this is my right eye. Yes, for me, it's backwards. That's my left, but that's the eye that's got the full cataract. And sometimes it's so blocked. Well, not sometimes. Nowadays, it's so blocked that I don't feel like I'm seeing anything on this side. Like I have cardboard or something over my eye. And so not only do I not see because of that there, but it feels like that eye doesn't exist. And that was my strong eye. And then this one's got all the floaters going, wee, 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 wee. Well, Mac, I'm on this today because I was in the hospital Saturday night and almost died. And so I don't have any more lung function without oxygen. And I have developed oh, good lordies. Anyways, it's not chronic. Anyways, heart failure, congestive heart failure. And this is all due to that mishap with the medications back in July and causing drug-induced lupus. Oh, by the way, I found out that the 3 medications I had been taking all these years, 17, 18 years, they also have a tendency to cause drug-induced lupus. So I was fine and all the way up until the hospital back in July giving me the wrong medications, and so now it has led to the lupus. It's led to the lupus causing congestive heart failure, and so anyways, my husband's been instructed to let people know when it's my time. I'm not going to guarantee he will, but maybe I can get my daughter to. I'm keeping an eye on their health as well, because my daughter, she was in a car accident a couple years ago, and then she was in a workplace accident, and so now she walks with a cane. She has a bad back and a bad leg, and then my oldest is still waiting for... Oh, Mac, yeah, it's okay. You know, I'm old, so you know it's expected. And I smoked all my life. Well, most of it since I was 12 years old. So I had to expect the emphysema. I just didn't expect the lupus that came from the other medications. "12 what, dear?" I know my brain, it doesn't work well much anymore because it's been really tired. Here, let me see if I can get my eyeballs on so I can concentrate reading more. It's kind of a pretend thing now, but I can pretend to read better. What was it? Yeah, I started smoking at 12, yes. My mother smoked. My peers smoked. And yes, back in the early 70s, it was the cool thing to do. Yeah. And then by the time it was found out that smoking was hazardous to your health, most of us that started before that happened were never able to quit. I quit once for 6 months, and then my ex-mother-in-law, my ex, when I was still married to him, and she and everybody all took a drive down to Arizona for his race that he was going to be in. And of course, alcohol and cigarettes went really well, and I was still a drinker back then. And I was doing fine without a cigarette, even though there were smokers in the bar and all that. And so what I did was, she sat and she lit cigarette after cigarette. And she'd be like, "You know you want this. You know you want this. You gotta have this. You know you do." For 2 hours I put up with that, and I got so freaking tired of hearing her. And I really was this close to wanting to punch her mouth out. I took the cigarette, and I took one hit off of it. And it made me lightheaded, sick. I had to go back to the room, the motel room we'd rented. And I actually passed out. I opened up the room door and passed out in the threshold there. And mind you, I'd only had one drink in 2 hours. It wasn't that. It was the lightheadedness that came in from the cigarette. How many tanks a day? I have one tank I carry around for emergencies, for like going to the doctors. Otherwise, I have an oxygen concentrator I'm renting right now, but I'll be buying it. It's $800 to buy, $200 a month to rent. But as far as tanks themselves, I've yet to really find out, but each tank of the ones that I bought, here, let me show you that tank. It's not very big. Over by the door. That tank right there, down there at the bottom. Let's see if I can get it turned. That one there is not that large, like I said, but each tank running at 2.5 to 3 liters will run about 3 hours before it runs out. So how many hours in the day are there? 24. Divide that by 3. That's what, oh my gosh. Yep. What's it they call it? Brain farts? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So 10 tanks a day, which means $15 a tank for Phillips. So that's $150 per day if I stick with that. So yes, the oxygen concentrator was much more viable a situation. So the only thing I need now is to get a portable battery operated one that works well, so that I can go ahead and use that for trips to the doctor's office. But until that time, I have to use that tank for it. Yes, ma'am. I've had the oxygen on since Saturday night. Yes, it is expensive, and no insurance to cover it. Nothing like that. And of course, I think you remember our conversations about the ability to get health insurance here through the ACA, the so-called Affordable Care Act. Insurance through them for my husband and I is $1,600 to $1,700 a month, and then $17,000 for the deductible, and then still the cost of all the visits to doctors and medications and everything, for your co-pays. So yeah, they won't even start paying really for anything from the hospital for until the 17,000 is gone. So I don't have an option there at all, really, because my husband only makes so much money. We can't even afford the cheaper insurance from his work. So yeah, we've been struggling to pay cash. Luckily, the hospital did give me last year 75% off of the bills. And I still owe about, prior to this admission to the hospital this last time here, I still owe about $7,500. So that's not too much. And I get reasonable payments of $250 a month. But now they're going to add this on. And it's not under that 75% off right now. I have to refile for that financial aid. And so I'm trying to get my husband to understand to go to the hospital, go get those papers so I can fill them out. Oh, it's just a little stressful. Listen to me trying to downplay it. No, it is quite stressful. And yeah, like I was saying earlier on here, sometimes I could really use a hug. A real live flesh-to-flesh hug. And, oh, but, hey, if I were younger and healthier, guess what? I found a future husband. My respiratory therapist, oh my God, this Nick guy, he's a visiting respiratory therapist. And he's been here like 2 months already. And, oh, it's not just that he's so gorgeous and young, but, wow. That's okay, Lauren. But, oh my gosh, wow. He's so sexy. And what makes him even sexier is his absolute personality and caring. I mean, he just, he'll touch you, and when he goes to put the oximeter on your finger, I'll go to put my finger out like everybody else does, beep, like that. And he takes it off and he goes, no. And he says, on your ring finger. I'm like, oh God, we're going to get married, right? Oh, yes. Listen to this old fart. Now, if only he was alive back when I was, young. But hey. So, all those, ooh. Yeah. Just snuggle and cuddle up with me, that's all. And if I were younger and healthy, a lot more. But anyways, we won't go there. Oh boy, I don't know. I even said that in front of my husband. I was like, I waited till Nick left the room, and I was like, damn, how did that sexy thing become a person that works in a hospital? I mean, I could see Chippendales, yes, yes. But really, seriously, his personality is yum. It is. Bedside manner is one of the best healing things that's missing from the hospitals now, missing from the doctor's offices. But I actually found my new doctor last year after the hospital poisoned me with that antibiotic crap. And she's wonderful. Oh my gosh. She's actually sits, and you can tell she's actually listening when you're talking. And so we've been working for the last few months trying to regulate my medications, try not to poison me with other medications. Although I have had to, you know, check into some of the medications and found out that some of those were not good. So I would tell her, and she would be, she would say something like, "Oh, is that right?" Like she didn't know, and she probably didn't, because, you know, most doctors are just told to sell the medications. But when I tell her the bad things that come out of these medications, she's like, "Oh, no, no, we'll find something else for you." And now she's taken to keeping in contact with my pharmacist, and they work together. Oh, it's been a wonderful relief, because, you know, my last doctor, how bad he was, wouldn't even really see me. So, you know, he kept running away from seeing me for just a normal basis and follow-up basis. So, oh, and by the way, he closed his business here on, what was it, December 31st or January 1st, something like that. He just closed up his business, and he's not here in town anymore. So, that was his plan all along. He was just not happy here, and so he just didn't care about the patients here. And I actually feel bad for the patients he moved to. But, yeah, I've got a very caring primary physician now. And every once in a while you find gems in the ER, like Dr. Marcy. I'm in a place called Warland, Wyoming. It has no Walmart. We're lucky that it has any restaurants. We have a McDonald's, an Arby's, a Subway sandwich, which is somewhat okay. And then we have so many Mexican food restaurants around that it outweighs the number, basically, of people that could be customers. And then we have a Chinese buffet that's no longer a buffet because of COVID. But we've got that. And then we've got another Asian restaurant. Oh, Wyoming is a beautiful place to live. And yes, all fast foods are poison. It's meant to, you know, we're supposed to, as a species, be culled because there's too many people to assure that they have enough food. So, yet they buy up farmlands here in the States and then don't plant anything on them. I don't know. So, of course, there's not enough food if you're not planting. You know, there is a time when I do want a cigarette now, like coffee. Right, no boxed or canned. I've gone a few months ago, after I disappeared, basically, started eating only meats and veggies. I cannot have salt, period, because of the oxygen problem and the congestive heart failure thing. Yeah, try to keep it real as much as you can. You know, sometimes you can't. I did learn that soft cheeses are bad for certain people, but hard cheeses are good. So if you can find a real cheddar that is not full of sodium, you know, some sodium has to be there as a kind of a preservative without using chemical preservatives. So that's okay. But if you can get the hard cheddars, those are healthier, which is horrible because I like, you know, the string cheese mozzarellas. I'm Italian. Well, only half Italian, but oh, I know. I know. When I was growing up, it was macaroni and cheese, hamburger helper, things like that because, you know, my mom raised us on her own and there was three of us and we all had a kind of health issue. My older sister, her insides were not large enough to be meeting up with her outside, and so it took years for her insides to grow to maturity to meet the body. And my younger sister was born with a hole in her heart, which took many years to close up all the way. And then I was born, ended up with rheumatic fever, and had sessions of these fever spikes 4 or 5 times a year. Oh, Mac, hon, you don't want to know what hamburger helper is. You just avoid it. It's processed fast food macaroni noodles, some preservative spices and herbs, and you add hamburger to it to make it a meal. And they also have the potato style. Yeah, it's a lie. Put in a box of chemicals. Awesome, you got that, Shadow. But it's usually got pasta or rice, but sometimes potato. And of course, everything's all dehydrated. And it smells like a dumpster before you cook it. And I do regret feeding my children that kind of crap. But, you know, you don't know any better until you find out how unhealthy the world has become. Exactly, Lauren. Some are a little bit tasty. Mine was always the ones with the potato in it, like au gratin. But the pastas always turned out thickly starchy, and yeah, you grow up and learn. Yep. Oh, beef stroganoff, yes. You've got it, Mac. It is barely edible. Yeah, the potato bakes are good. But yeah, you throw your own ingredients together and you can sit there and decide what herbs, what spices. Um, and if you're not sure how to make a cheese sauce, very easy to do. You take cheddar, you shred it up very fine, and you add a little bit of milk, and you keep blending it while it melts, and blend it some more until you get to the right viscosity. Well, thank you, Lauren. Yes, I feel a lot better today. Um, Being able to breathe helps that. So for a long time, I was struggling for real breaths. I really was. And for the last several months that I've been gone, anytime I walked, my lower belly would, just below my ribs, so upper abdomen, it would feel like my abdomen was pulling my chest down and pushing up into the inside of it more. Well, I thought I lost me Saturday too, so, but yeah, I was unable to see because the left eye is getting a cataract, yes, but it was so blocked by spitting debris, you know, the floaters, and I couldn't see. I learned the remote control for the TV really well, and I finally swallowed my distaste. No, I can't say swallowed my distaste because I still have extreme distaste for using the voice control on my TV. But yes, I have to use voice control sometimes. Oops, alarm going off. But yeah, I learned how to talk to an AI thing and have it search things for me, although there's only once or twice it came up with what I was asking for. So I basically stuck to Hulu because I knew where Hulu was in the line. As you scroll down to it, I knew how to count that out. We get my Hulu open, and then I know when I first open it, it always asks me, who's watching? Well, duh, me. There's only one person subscribed to it. So I'd hit that. I always knew to hit enter the second the Hulu screen popped up. And then I'd have to push over to get to the menu. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 down for Hulu, or for my stuff. And then whatever was in line was in line. And that's how I would do it. So I went through the whole, Bella ran away, got married, and all but ditched YouTube. Wow. I'm still trying to get it to keep the chat up a little bit better. Hi, Rock Solid. Good to see you pop in. I'm sorry I've not been to your channel, but it's been a stressful 4 months. Yep. Well, that's all I ever wish for anybody is for them to be happy. I'm doing better. Somewhat. As you can tell, I'm wearing oxygen now, and I will for the rest of my life. But I feel happier and better because I've got more sight out of my left eye for now. So I'm good with that. Right. Happy and healthy. That's like when I was having my 4 kids. The doctors always asked me, well, what are you hoping for? I was like 10 fingers, 10 toes, no physical ailments. And they're like, but you got to wish for more than that. No, you don't. Other than their happiness. So, I always want the best for everybody. Humans are fallible, yes. Some humans are what I call innately evil. Those people will never change. And then you've got us humans that, are fallible, but we strive to be as good as we can to others and to ourselves if we can. There was a couple of times I did almost give in to depression about my eyes and couldn't see because I couldn't craft. And my husband is, a big turd, but I haven't watched Michelle's Glitz and Glitter in a gazillion years. I mean, I know that they like to joke around a lot with their um, marriage, but you know, there's a couple times when I thought she could have said something better, and the one time I can remember completely is that he had wanted to do something for their anniversary, and so he did it on his own, and then she started critiquing it, and that was bad. Oh, when they're jibing each other and all that. My husband and I, in the beginning, when I thought all was kosher between he and I, that's how we were. We would make jokes about each other, with each other, and, we knew it was not in harm. But like I said, at that one time, she reminded me of my husband at that time. She sat and she nitpicked everything, and, Wendy! Mwah! I'm so glad you showed up. Gosh, I didn't think I was going to get this many people on. But I really should get going because I did have alarm go off, which means I got to go take something. But Wendy, yes, quick catch up. I've been off for months because of my eyesight. And Saturday I went to the hospital ER because I nearly died, and now I'm on oxygen for the rest of my life. And yes, I know she didn't mean to have it sound mean, or try to be mean, but the way she had done it, it was mean, and he saw it too. He felt it. You could see it in his face when she had made this one certain comment. I don't know. It was just, it reminded me of what my husband does to me when he just wants to shut me down. So, yeah. But yes, Wendy, I'm now on oxygen for life. I have congestive heart failure, and all this is from that medication back in July. Yep, that's me, my mouth. But, and sometimes I just gotta go now. But expect, I'm going to make this every week. If it's just a chat or, a craft. Yeah, see, brain. So, every week, this is what today is Tuesday. So this coming Sunday, in case I need my husband's help, this coming Sunday, it'll be every Sunday that I'll put up either a craft or a live, or maybe both sometimes, and maybe even a live craft. I don't know. But yes, I see enough now while the floaters are in remission for a minute to get some crafting done, and I have been fiending to do crafts. That's all I talk about when I go to the doctors. I bore the crap right out of them. It's like, yeah, I'm a crafter. You should go to my channel and check it out. Duh. See, that's the kind of things I do. I don't know. But Sexy Nick, I called him Sexy Nick. But yes, cute and gorgeous, sexy. Personality up the bahoozas. He actually was listening to it, and he had to be reminded by a buzzer on his phone that He had somebody else to go take care of. But I'll see y'all on Sunday, okay? Love ya. Oh, so it'll be probably 11 o'clock a.m. my time. So for Shadow's time, it would be 1. West Coast would be 10. And Central would be noon. Love you guys. Gotta go so I can go take my pills and stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. See y'all Sunday. Much, much love. I miss you guys. Big hugs. Big, 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 big. Yes, you too. Take care and yes, enjoy the rest of the day. I know I actually put on sunglasses now so I can look outside, not get blinder. So, yeah. I'm going to try to step outside for some fresh air, too. I just got to take my oxygen tank with me. So, love you guys. Okay, now to try to find the end chat thingy. Is it... Okay, all of you that do lives on... Well, I don't know if you do it on... I don't know how to end this other than there's an X up there. So, I think that's how you do it. All right. Love ya.